And now, our feature presentation.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Hello and welcome to the Socks Make People Sexy Community Creatives Showcase, an experience full to the brim with games, music, streams, and lots of Star Wipes. I'm unfortunately your host for the evening, and for the next
hour or so,
we're going to take you on a fantastic voyage of celebration and discovery as we explore the vast amounts of creativity that freely flow forth from our little corner of the internet. So get yourself all nice and comfy, get settled in, grab yourself a nice cup of hot cocoa, get you some popcorn, some candy to munch on, and prepare your little eye holes and earballs for all the amazing, fun, ingenious, and inventive things that you are about to see and no doubt going to want to engage with right after this stream. So throughout this show, I'll be sharing with you video packages prepared by each of our creators that showcase the varying ranges of talents and content that our friends in the Socksmakepeoplesexy.net community produce. You're going to witness so many creative voices that I will guarantee you that there is something here in this little presentation for everyone. So sit back, relax, and let the inspiration just wash over you, cleansing you of the doldrums and banality that is modern life. And let's get things started. And what better way to get things started than an exhibition from a creator whose range of talents seem almost innumerable, but are immediately apparent. Let's have a look at the work of June Flower. So here's some fun June Flower game trivia. I actually have a unique version of Labyrinth Derelict Abyss that features a visible polypath through the repeating hell maze at the end of the game. So shout outs to June for being so forward thinking with accessibility in games for gigantic infants like myself, who hate even the smallest amount of resistance in their games. Up next, we turn to streaming. Over the years, a pretty significant number of people in our community have taken to streaming and do so on a pretty regular basis. And if it's Monday, well, that can only mean that this long-term community stalwart is probably looking to put a hard game or two in their place.
Oh, hi there. I didn't see you there. I was just sitting down to play a computer video game here. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Fresno Inferno, blue-haired VTuber and hard game beater extraordinaire. I am primarily a retro game streamer who streams every Monday evening on Twitch at 7 p.m. EST. I also happen to be from scenic Newfoundland, which has its advantages and its disadvantages. But despite having the internet quality of a potato, I somehow managed to make it work, and I have a loving community who says wonderful things about me. Let's get this madness on there. Future me. Highlight here. What the fuck?! So, if you would like to see some blue-haired fun and hard game beating on Twitch, please feel free to drop into the Fresno Inferno stream at twitch.tv/freezinginferno every Monday night at 7 p.m. EST. I hope to see you there, and I hope you behave yourself and don't act too rowdy. Anyway, you have a good one, and I hope to see you there.
Now, if you're thinking, wait a minute, Freezing Inferno, I know that name, then I'd tell you that you're damn right you do. It would take a pretty heavy dose of amnesia and a bump on the head to forget the name of the one human being to ever complete Battletoads on NES. Moving on, it's not all prepared video packages we'll be showing you tonight. We've got some fun-size love to throw around, too. Sprinkled throughout our proceedings tonight, freckled in between our main showcase presentations, we'll be giving some love to other creators around our community in smaller, bite-sized form. Think of them as little bits of free DLC that you get just for tuning into the main presentation. An expansion pack of sorts. A delicious little morsel of creativity to go along with the main course that adds just that right amount of spice. Delicious, delicious content to consume. You all know our good pal Beepner. Though streams from him can be pretty sporadic, you can always count on them being a good time when you do get to see one. He got Gentleman excited, and I think we all know why. Poncho Smith is another longtime community member who's really stepped up his streaming game over the last year. You can come to his streams for level-headed retro gameplay and probably a lot of 90s music references that you won't get. We'll be checking in with more shout-outs throughout the show, so if you still find yourself fiending for more things to add to your bookmarks list, be sure to give them all a follow. Or else. Our next presentation comes from someone whose work a lot of folks here might be familiar with if you've at all followed the Sockscast and enjoyed all the zany covers that our show's featured over the last 8 years. Scribble he shall, leaving no clarity. That is the law of Sayara.
Hello, I am Sayara, illustrator and content creator for the Socksmakepeoplesexy community. I helped illustrate the album covers for all of the Sockscast podcasts, which consisted over 10 years of podcasts. Each cover being a parody or a reference to other types of media, including anime, music, video games, and comics. In 2020, I created the Higurashi art book, consisting of 20 plus images depicting scenes of events in the Higurashi visual novel, portrayed in a very loose, abstractive, or dream-like presence. I also created the covers for Jetstorm 4's Chorus, The Piercing of the Dark Moon Tower, and Chorus, The Lost Princess, and The Spring of Rebirth, where hopefully I will be able to contribute to the covers for his future projects as well. I also provided illustrations for Polly's ASDF2 and Synchronize games that you can find on their itch.io webpage. Lastly, I am the main designer for the VTuber, PNG tuber, Sayara. I was also in charge of creating their thumbnails for their projects. Similarly to the Sockscast, they are all referential parodies of already known media. Thank you for watching.
Sayara's art has become a hugely integral part of our community. From Sockscast covers to game covers to just fun one-off parodies and fan art. Talent doesn't always come with kindness and generosity, but in Sayara's case, I think everyone in the community would agree with me that we're all glad that it does in this instance. Moving on, I just happened to glance at my calendar and wouldn't you know it, it's a day that ends in Y, which means that our next creator probably just got started on cooking up his next big project.
Hello, I'm Thomas L., also known as Jetstorm4. I'm the creator of Silas, Moon, Fallen Star, Apollo's Realm, the Chorus games, Meat Beat 2017, Cutie Collector, Bunny if you're that old. All of those games are available on itch.io via jetstorm4.itch.io. They're available to download as you want and to play them on your computer, mostly on Windows devices. Sometimes Linux if I can, and usually never Mac, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. For this presentation, however, I'd actually like to show off the games I've been working on for the past year. One of them, of course, being a sequel to Chorus, Piercing of Dark Moon Tower. This new Chorus game will find Chorus stuck on a floating island after being sent there by an evil witch of some kind. She will be stuck with a fairy companion who can help her cast magic and hit enemies from far away this time. She will still have her sword, and she will still gain abilities such as double jumping, and she will also run into her brother Sirius, who will talk back to her several times throughout the game, after helping her out. Enemies and bosses are going to take a little more doing in this game. They will have different patterns and different phases to learn, and enemies will be a little more dangerous throughout, with a couple more patterns that you'll have to worry about, and you'll still have a bunch of deaths to collect. That is, of course, if you have the game set in 18 mode. If you don't, you will get messages that you'll get to collect instead, for people who are a little more comfortable with that. That is, of course, if you only play as Chorus. You will also have available to you a mode where you play as Sirius, where instead you are chasing down a man who has taken your charge, the Lady Kokobeth, along with a sword of light that you find. Sirius has a couple of different abilities available to him. He can still run and jump and swing a sword. This time it's Cleaver. However, he does not have access to any magic. Instead, he'll have access to a Berserk button, which allows him to go Berserk and do twice as much damage, but take twice as much damage back if he gets hit. It's useful for situations where he's trapped in a room, and at the cost of MP, you can keep the Berserk going. The higher level you are, the more Berserk you have. Sirius will still also fight bosses the same as Chorus does. However, the bosses will be in a different order, and you will have to start from the bottom instead and work your way up to the island as Sirius. Chorus and Sirius' stories are going to be slightly different, even though they will still be the same game, but it's a different challenge and a different set of abilities that you'll have. You can play the game both times, or you can play the game only once, with whichever character you feel like playing as. Both will have different CGs to collect for their game overs, and both will have different events as well, but they will travel the same world. The game is still being worked on. I will not have this done at all this year. I will probably be in 2024 at some point, but I do hope you look forward to a sequel to Piercing of Dark Moon Tower. Another game I'd like to show is a follow-up to Chorus Lost Princess in the Spring of Rebirth. This is a game starring Sirius and Christina. Sirius and Christina will travel and get into several misadventures while identifying enemy weaknesses and attacking them to break them, just like Chorus Lost Princess in the Spring of Rebirth. However, they will do it as a pair. But there will be situations throughout the game where Christina will be separated from Sirius, and they'll have to solve puzzles alone. Battles will also be alone as well. So you'll have to use their abilities separately as well as together in various situations. Hopefully you'll be able to solve the trouble. And believe me, it's a lot of trouble. My final tease for this presentation is a small project I've been working on for the past month. This is a game that will be completed very shortly. This is a chorus game made in RPG Maker 2000. Look forward to it coming very soon. But if you're not interested in any of this, you can always just go beat your meat.
Oh, and, apropos of nothing, if you know any elf girls in your area that have recently gone missing, I may know a thing or two. Just drop me a DM on the slide. They're fine. They're being well taken care of, but, you know, just DM me. But before we go any further, let's throw it over to my good pal Polly for a couple more shout-outs. When you load up a Gremlins RS stream, you are going to be wowed by what you see. She's always playing the most interesting looking indie games and having a blast doing it. Finding out about cool new games you didn't know about and from an amazing personality? What did we do to deserve you, Grims? If you're looking for RPGs and a chill stream to enjoy them in, look no further. My good pal and fellow VTubing buddy Dr. Doobie has you covered. He typically covers more modern games too, so his stream is also a great way to try before you buy, guy. This stream is also a Nihon Falcom safe space. If you thought you were gonna somehow escape an SMPS production without some mention of Falcom in the year of our Lord 2023, my friend, you are sorely, sorely mistaken. Up next, another long-standing community member brings a unique set of tastes to the table with his streams, and maybe some things that you'll find absolutely shocking.
Incoming transmission.
Hi there, my name is Ed. You might know me as Angry Ed, or some other names throughout the years. Anyway, here's what I do. I stream. Sometimes. Mostly retro stuff. On my Twitch channel. You can see stuff like this.
Well, he's dead. Oh, hello ladies. Hang on. Ah!
And when I'm not doing retro stuff, I'm either doing stuff that looks retro, stuff that's new-ish, and a lot of wrestling games. Old games, new games, modded games, and running my own created wrestler-fed, pixel-shaded grappling. I also sometimes do random one-off videos on my YouTube whenever I think of really stupid jokes like this one right here.
Show yourself! Our new ruler, the
Jack Master! The Shock Master!
I told you. Oh, God.
So you're the man that rules the world. They call me the Shockmaster. You've ruled the world long enough.
So yeah, check me out on Twitch, YouTube, and also that Dead Bird site. R.I.P., bird.
You know, here's a little inside baseball. I've known that guy since like the mid-2000s, and not once have I ever seen or heard him utter an angry word at anyone or anything. He keeps telling me he's angry, but I don't know. I'm not buying it. I'd sue him for false advertisement, but I like him too much. He's too likable, too affable. Affable had more like it. How's that for a rebrand? You're welcome. Anyway, this next presentation should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
Hello, I'm Garden of the Dead. You may remember me from such classic video game soundtracks as Her Lullaby. And Afterward, sequel to Her Lullaby. I also make my own music from time to time. As a matter of fact, I'm working on new stuff right now. And every once in a while I get rip-roaring drunk and play video games on stream for the amusement of my friends. Booze. And that's been our stream, ladies and gentlemen. What? So follow me at soundcloud.com/westerndesolation or twitch.tv/Garden of the Dead to keep up with what I'm doing.
You'd also recognize Garden's work from the Sockscast, as they actually composed our opening themes, We're the Only Ones That Love You, and It's the Only Podcast. Man, we've got like the best tunes and the best art. God damn, like the Sockscast is truly, truly spoiled by these wonderful artists. But what is that? What is that? What is it? Is it time for AGDQ? Because my watch is telling me it's shout out o'clock! If you're looking for more of those hot jams, as the kids might say, community member Millie has you covered with some electronic deliciousness for those ears. Be sure to check out the series of 3 EPs she released in 2023, Micronova, Polyagony, and Omniphasia. A Flat Cap is a law student VTuber friend whose streams are a consistent source of entertainment and laughter. A huge component of her stream is how highly interactive she is with her chat, so the conversation is always active and going. She's also the only VTuber I know of to have spent 8 years playing Persona 5. If you're looking for a virtual Caesar salad of variety, then our next presenter has that in spades. Whether you're looking for something cute, atmospheric, or brain-bendy, our pal Chris has quite the haul for you.
Hello, my name is Chris. I make games solo. And with my partner. and sometimes with other folks too. I'm happy to collaborate. I do video games, and tabletop games. I've also made a fair bit of music over the years. Originals, soundtracks, remixes, royalty-free stuff. But game dev is my focus these days. Lately, I've been leaning more into writing and experimenting with various game dev tools. I want to try out RenP over RPG Maker next. Or maybe ZZT? I've found a lot of creative inspiration and expressive empowerment from the SMPS community. So thanks for being cool. See you around.
Like, no, seriously, did you see Catching Stars in Bug Zone? Literal diabetes in video game form. Not that that's anything plushies have to worry about, of course, but you know. So, something I've come to appreciate as a game dev myself is watching that desire to create blossom in others, which is exactly the case with our next presenter, Raven, who has provided us all with the chance to get to know her and her creative work better with the following demonstration.
Hi there, this is Raven, the GM, but if you've been around for a while, you might know me as Yaram or even Peaches, but this is kind of the name I'm settling into lately. And here's a little video about what I like to do. Okay, well, right here is my hub, such as it is, and there's my cheesy smile. And from here, there's my itch.io, links to where I've had my short stories published, because I'm mostly an author. And, you know, a little social media there, but that's where you can find me. Behold my itch.io. I've got 2 games so far. One is The Sleepy Stroll. It's about a cute little story I made because my partner was having a birthday and they thought that this Bitsy tool would be fun for me to use. And the other one is not quite so cute. It's called How the Night Goes, where you date a bimbo vampire, and that's kind of more of an interactive fiction. We'll go through both of them. And here we are in the middle of the Sleepy Stroll game. You can see me controlling this little character that I just call the Sovereign. And it's kind of the first little puzzle of the game here, because that door is where you want to get to, but it is across a gap. And there's a little character here. I want to talk to him. How to get to that door? I saw a royal float right over the gap once. Just head down and to the left and try it again, okay? And you can see, oh, now you can float. Yay! You can see the Super Mario Bros. 2 influence. Let me talk to him again. I'm for real. Down the ladder and try again. Just walk right across that gap. I don't know if lots of people try talking to him twice, but you can get a different result. The Sovereign was deeper they explored until the Sovereign was nearly lost inside a maze-like series of twisted passages. And then things start to get a little serious. I've skipped ahead past the introduction here because I want to show this off. Like a photo of a rich drunk from a century ago. Since they're still wearing high-heeled boots, that shoe they're drinking from, probably not their shoe, but you don't see anyone lingering around to claim it once it's served its purpose as a drinking vessel. You stop, staff and clientele milling about you, oblivious to the way you observe your date like prey. You can't help but notice, and this is a twine game, so you've got links here, those unusual eyes, quite a few piercings, so many tattoos that their favorite color must be pink, and fucking big-ass plastic tits. This is the game that gets a little horny, but we'll keep it chaste here. Try this one. Those clothes are just plain tacky. Showing lots of skin is something that femmes do in a place like this, sure. Backless dresses with very short skirts are the norm, but this one is a fuchsia, indefensible next to the merely risque attire of the ladies around you. And so most of the game you get to choose either like a naughty or nice option. You've leered enough. You take action. Walk up and introduce yourself. We'll click here. Well, you try, but it's hard to stand out in this crowd. So many eyes are centered on this tacky display of appetite and crass hedonism. Even standing right in front of the object of your attention seems to do little to draw focus to yourself. Buy them a drink, you point out to your intended target to the bartender. From a glass, you hasten to add. What's the matter, germaphobe? You get giggles in reply as you're lightly shoved from the side, finally getting this sex doll to just acknowledge you. And so a lot of things are like that, where you can make two different choices, but there's only one ending. And I've gotten some praise for the twist ending, too. Well, there you have it. If you like narrative games, I really hope you check out these two I've made. I hope to make a lot more in the future. I'm messing around with RPG Maker, but don't have much to show off of yet. Thanks so much. Enjoy the other promo clips. Bye for now.
It's always nice to see people come into their own and really learn to hone their creative voice, isn't it? Absolutely cannot wait to see what's coming next. But for now, let's see what's next for this program. What's next here? Who's next? Oh. Okay, everybody. Okay, here he is. Boring old Broom Moss. Of course I'm kidding. There's nothing boring about Broom Moss's streams at all, and they are actually among the most fun and inventive that I have seen on Twitch in a long time. Have a look.
That down. There we go. Hey, it's just chatting. Hey, it's me. It's Broom Moss. It's just the good old-fashioned Broom Moss. Boring old Broom Moss. That's what they call me. That's what everybody's calling me. That's what I wish they'd stop calling me that. Hi, my name is Broom Moss, and this is my stream. I am living, sentient moss. I'm actually all the moss you see around. Like, look all around this game shop, this abandoned game shop. I'm the moss on the walls. I'm here with you as an avatar on this TV because I'm alive. I am thinking. There's like neurons and shit in there. I don't really know how it works. Do you know how you work? Do you know how you work? Don't give me that look. I know you don't know how you work. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. So let's go play video games for a little bit, shall we? It's like a dice game where you are, it's like, how is this? How is this on an NES? The prize! Well, that's right, we have so many wonderful prizes to choose from. GameCube's lifespan, and they really put a lot in. It's very stupid what is happening right now.
I can't wait to once again challenge you to see what you're made of. I have a suspicion. I have a suspicion it's just moss.
Unfortunately, I can only use it for one game. It doesn't... really won me over because of its like concept. It's where you turn into the burgeress, bourgeoisie. There's one creature who is also part of this stream.
Yes! Open the doors, it's time to scores!
Hydrate protocol commencing. Hydrate starting in 3, 2, 1.
Like so many others we've seen here tonight already, Broom Moss is a long-standing member of our community and has always done a lot of work behind the scenes to ensure that things like the Sockscast RSS feed had a home for a number of years. So I'm pretty sure that I speak for everyone when I say that we couldn't be happier to have our own mossy little buddy to help sop up all the moisture around here. It's just absolutely fantastic. So thanks for all you've done, Broom Moss. All right, I know that it can be overwhelming to be subjected to this concentrated stream of inspiring creativity and genius, so we're going to pull back a little bit. We're going to give you a chance to calm yourself down, catch your breath, settle into a nice vibe. Maybe even lower the lights a little bit while we take a minute or two to enjoy this new relaxing tune from our good pal Eleanor, our dear friend, the medic. She says of this tune, "As my thanks to the SMPS community for the years of support, kindness, and a wellspring of inspiration between musicians, artists, game makers, bit boopers, and boop beepers, I am debuting this video for a song from my upcoming album, which may in fact be out by now. And so, here is that tune." Like Broom Moss, Eleanor has contributed to this community behind the scenes for a number of years. She takes care of the Discord server because I'm the laziest admin ever, and I'm sure that place would have gone to rot years ago if she'd not agreed to manage it for us. She also helped me and John a number of years ago with work on her lullaby too. So everyone, please give Eleanor her flowers as thanks for everything. Whew. All right. Now that I'm nice and settled in, I'm comfy. I've got my drink. That doesn't work very well when your model cannot move its arms, does it? Anyway, now that I'm all settled in and ready for more full-blown genius to be beamed right into my brain, let's ease back into things a little bit with a double scoop of shout-outs. While I still doubt his claims of supposed Britishality, Rainiac is still a rad-as-hell dude. He knows like literally everything there is to know about Doctor Who and hosts podcasts about it with his friends. Top of the morning, governor. Raccoon is literally the coolest raccoon you will ever meet. He's got a wicked dark backstory and he loves trash on top of being literally the best video game player ever. Oh, and there's that other guy that's on his stream sometimes too. Derwin? Dorkwood? Dunkin' Donuts? Damon? Devante? No, David? Oh, never mind. It's not even that important. It's not like he's some famous voice actor or something. He ain't no Sean Chiplock, I'll tell you that much. Anyway, if you thought all of the presentations that we're going to be having a look at tonight are things that you can only do while tethered to this curse of modern technology, think again. I don't want to scare any of you, especially you. So I'll give you this little warning up front. Our next presentation from TenguGemini contains things he made for the real world. 3D land! I know, but we're here to celebrate creativity in all its forms on this show, and if that means that we also have to brave the IRL zone for even a few moments, then that's just what we're going to have to do. I made the froggy chair from Animal Crossing for my niece for her first birthday last year. I made it from plywood, epoxy clay, screws, and a lot of Bondo. The legs are from a small table I found. My niece loves it, because who doesn't love the froggy chair? That's just too gosh darn cute, isn't it? And well, might I suggest this follow-up project for you to go ahead and get started on?
Here's a TV that looks like an apple.
And while we're still on the subject of frogs, our next presenter happens to have created the greatest frog game tongue mechanics of all time. Here to regale us with what the future holds in store for good game taste havers everywhere, more real than you've ever wanted him to be, John Thayer.
Hi, I'm John Thayer. You're probably wondering, why should I care about this joker? I'll tell you, because I make some pretty cool games. You can play them at farawaytimes.itch.io. Just this year, I've released acclaimed modern classics Jellyfish Archipelago, an action game about being a little kitty on a boat avoiding the terrible stings of fearsome jellyfish, and A Dark Place, a scary short visual novel about being murdered, or maybe doing a murder, it's not quite clear. But you're not here to hear about the past, let's talk about some hot, fresh upcoming releases. Engorged, a short, bitsy game for the Vextro Slime Jam, coming out this year before Christmas probably. Grow and devour in this darkly comic story game about fulfilling the dream of many Socks residents, inhabiting the body of a horrible slime. Windswept Isle, explore a vast, beautiful world constructed tile by tile in RPG Maker 2003. Rescue and return the lost animals of humble farmer Sky and get home in time for dinner with his hot boyfriend. An epic, years in the making. Expect this one to provide you many hours of fun as you see the sights of Verdant Island and meet its many interesting inhabitants. Expect this one by end of Q1 2024. World Tower, Working Tower. Shit. 3, 2, 1. World Tower Working Title. A Live Alive-esque chapter-based collaborative RPG maker game being developed by me and 3 other RPG devs of the Socks community. I completed my chapter earlier this year and it was about 2 hours long and very good, and it took me way more work than I was expecting. The next dev is hard at work on their chapter, so if all goes well, you should be able to play this by Christmas 2025, or maybe later, or maybe earlier. It's hard to know with these things. Stolen Brides of the Lich King. Since last year, I've been slowly working on a very small but fully custom-made RPG engine in Love 2D. I've completed work on the engine, and I'm now working on a very basic and stripped-down dungeon crawler type RPG. Stolen Brides is inspired by the aesthetics and design crunch of 80s PC RPG classics like Fantasy and Ys, as well as the resonant storytelling of more modern ZZT and Bitsy games. Expect its release by end of Q2 2024. I have other interesting projects in the works, but they're not as far along in development as these, and I've taken up enough of your time as is. Once again, you can find my games, as well as links to my blog and social media profiles at farawaytimes.itch.io.
Am I the only one that gets momentarily weirded out when you've only ever seen someone in selfies and still shots and then suddenly you see them talking and it's this weird, surreal moment? You know what I mean? No? No one else? Just me? Huh. Anyway, here's some video games. Hello, video game player. Do you like playing video games? Do you want to take your video gaming playing to the next level? Then don't I have for just the thing for just for you. Introducing the Poly Entertainment System version 6.9. It's like a video game system, except you don't have to have a video game system. It's the video gaming experience that's just like a video game, but it's a lot of video games that you can play. Let's check them out. If you like to press buttons while video gaming, we have that. ASDF and Numlock will get your heart racing with all the button thumping action. Have you ever wanted to kiss a boy? How about 10 of them? In Operation KATV, you can do that and jump also. Do you think roguelikes are too darn complicated these days? Poly Dungeon's simple and deep gameplay will make you the hero of the day. In Synchronize, you control 2 players at once and try not to have your brain break, like eating too much ice cream cone. Uh-oh, my brain! Maybe you like words in your video games. We have that and those too. Her Lullaby and Afterward have a lot of words you can read for your gaming fun. If you like eggs and also Luigi, then Luigi floating on an egg over the sea will send you flying through an excellent game. ASDF 2 is a shooter game with the colors red and blue, and you have to shoot them at just the right colors of enemy, and you will score a lot of big points. All of that, and we also have a game where you get to eat shrimp. Talk about variety. So come on down to Socksmakepeoplesexy.itch.io and enjoy your Poly Entertainment System version 6.9 experience today and level up your gaming up today. Today. Oh man. 6.9. It's the funny number. Oh my god. It's just so clever putting it as the version number like that. You don't even think about it. Oh, it's comedy gold. Anyway, did you know that if you type some words into a content management system and then you press the submit button, that those words have the potential to appear on other people's PC computer screens and that they might actually read them? Well, that's what Freezing Inferno found out when accidentally stumbling across the creation of the blog.
Hi, I'm Fresno Inferno, creator and writer of Fresno's Raving Rants, a media analysis blog that I've been running for the past decade, and I'd love for you to check it out. It originally started as the Nintendo Project Resumed, an alchemical look at the NES library inspired by blogger Elizabeth Sandifer. However, over time, I branched out. I found my own voice. I found my own passions, my own little things that I hold dear to my heart, that I wanted to share with the blog and type out for you all. These things include such eclectic mixes as video game write-ups. There's everything from Metroid to Resident Evil to Persona 4 and all sorts of other things within my wheelhouse that I'm passionate about. In addition, there's a yearly spooky marathon that happens, where for the month of October I look at a whole bunch of scary media, everything from slashers to avant-garde art films to comic books to, again, spooky video games. Just a great mix of things to write about every month. Are you into sci-fi? Well, I've blogged about sci-fi too. I have a project called To Boldly Step Forward, where I look at Star Trek Enterprise episodically. And I also do first impressions on Doctor Who as it airs. Perhaps my biggest passion on the blog is anime. I have multiple projects about utopian idealist animes, shows like Sailor Moon, Senki Seisho Symphogear, Zombieland Saga, and a whole lot more. And finally, the oddball picks, just weird things that have piqued my fancy and that I really love. Write-ups on shows like Quantum Leap, or Twin Peaks, or the Criterion Challenge, wherein I watch even more strange films outside of my usual wheelhouse to broaden my horizons. There's something for everybody at Fresno's Raving Rants, so please, check out the blog at fresnosravingrants.blogspot.com. We hope to see you there.
So, I bet you didn't know that the internet is a weird little place full of scenes where people can live out their very specific fetishistic desires and fantasies. Maybe you want to be an animal person and talk to other animal person people. Maybe you'd like to role play as a hot dog being eaten by a gorgeous lady. Or maybe you want to be imprisoned by a Dark Lord and be forced to watch them play video games they like.
That's right. That's right. I'm the real Dark Lord around here. Oh, hi, everybody. I'm Tom. Dark Lord Tom, known here on Twitch. I stream usually every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes on the weekend. We stream old video games, new video games, RPGs mostly, but other games as well, too. Over at twitch.tv/Jetstorm4. If you all want to join and watch me play video games that you may not have time to play, but games that I absolutely want to play, you can come find me there. Hope y'all have a good time, and I will see you all there when you come. And believe me, it'll be fun. It'll definitely be fun. Now, if you excuse me, I have a Dark Lord to kill. That's right. Get it.
If your favorite video game happens to be Killer 7, you should go to Tom's stream and ask him about your favorite video game. It'll be fun for everyone involved. Also, I don't know that there is any other stream on the internet where Craig Stadler is given such a prominent role. Hard to get work these days, but not for Craig. Craig's a good guy. We like having him around. Anyway, you may have escaped the dungeon, but you will never escape this final double shot of shout-outs. Nert ML, Bay of the Sprocketed Lemon, is a fellow visual novel and narrative game lover and streamer, and also a certified British person. If you're looking for narrative games that are both tragic and loop-based, then they got just the stream for you. You may have met Cat Deer Snooze on my stream, but he's way more than just the best movie-watching buddy ever. He's an incredibly talented artist and hosts chaotic streams that will leave you a little less innocent than you were before. Be on the lookout for more very cool stuff from him in the future. I'm a mouse.
Welcome to Magnificent Mouse Misadventure, a narrative game by Marikan S. and B. Pseudopod for personal computers. Meep de Peepklein isn't like other girls. She wants to become a tiny mouse. Follow her in a journey of rodent-sized proportions. Being a mouse isn't all it's cracked up to be. She'll have to avoid fearsome dangers such as rogue vacuum cleaners. But in the end, it's what Meep wanted, just without the whole danger part. The game features guest art by Kittet Frog and Biddy Fox. Photocopiadora will be composing the soundtrack alongside Biddy Fox's motif of mousehood shown previously. We hope to release sometime in 2024, but this is not set in stone. Please be patient. Thank you for watching.
I am no longer a mouse. Our next presentation comes from an artist whose works always brighten up our social media timelines. And I'm obviously appreciative of her and her wonderful imagination and talents, because without them, I wouldn't exist in this obnoxiously adorable form you've come to know and love. Let's hear from the one, the only, the amazing, the talented, the sweet, the Melly.
Hi. I will probably sound really awkward and nervous during this. I'm not used to doing stuff like this before. But my name is Melly, and I am 30 years old. Oh, I'm old, but I have put together this compilation thing because I really wanted to submit it, but it is currently October 30th, and I have put this off to the last second because that's just how I am. The video playing currently is, I recorded it yesterday for the Hollow October prompt, and I was thinking it would be an interesting background to put for this. I have drawn for a lot of years. My original DeviantArt says that I have had my account for 18 years. In around 2012, 2013 was when I first made a Tumblr blog. I migrated from DeviantArt to Tumblr because I wanted to try to commit myself to drawing, because I was and still having a lot of trouble committing to drawing because I just have really low self-esteem, and yeah, I struggle with wanting to draw a lot, and I go through periods where I want to draw or I don't want to draw, and I know a lot of people can relate with that. It's just very frustrating a lot of the times, but I have a lot of supportive friends that help me through these periods, and I'm tearing up. You guys help me through a lot, and having people behind you and supporting you is probably the best thing that you can have as a drawing content creator. But I've started dabbling in some RPG Maker and some Ren'Py, and so yeah, I hope that once I can commit myself to that stuff, that you'll look forward to it. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. So, here's some of my drawings that I've done. I also have a cute little VTuber that I stream with. She's cute. And here's where to find me. I'm on the internet. Yay! Thank you for watching.
Melly is also responsible for the creation of Freezing Inferno's design, as well as an earlier design used by Sayara a couple years ago. I'd call her mommy, but that's a term that I only use in very specific situations and scenarios. And now, an inspirational public service announcement. There's a secret. Oh, Jesus fucking. Okay, fucking game can still get you after a few years, can't it? Taking a deep breath, I clap my cheeks. I clap my cheeks. I clap my cheeks. Noriko, you cannot clap your cheeks on twitch.tv. Taking a deep breath, I clap my... I can't even read it without laughing. Well, okay. Hey, come back up here. No, dude, he's untouchable. He's unassailable. You cannot fuck with him. Dude. Dude. For a clock? I did all that for a clock? A fucking clock? Are you up my ass? And so we arrive at our final presentation of the night. I know, parting will be such sweet sorrow, but it was the memories of the journey that we shared together that will remain. This next presentation encompasses a creative history that spans over 20 years and features loads and loads of amazing games and all sorts of other doodads and movies that you've probably seen around the site over the years. To my immediate virtual right, official Koikatsu ambassador, Rhett.
Hi, my name is Rhett, and I've made a lot of games. Today I want to show off a bunch of them, so let's roll that sizzle reel. let's take a closer look at some of my personal favorites. The bits have been kidnapped and it's up to you to save them. Navigate seemingly impossible levels by using your ability to phase through bullets and other obstacles in Bullet Phase, featuring over 30 levels, challenging bonus levels, some bosses at the end, and of course an escape sequence. Oh, and Polly is an unlockable character. Speaking of which, do you love games where you can play as Polly? Do you wish there were more of them? Well, I've got you covered with the Polly Collection. 4 games where you can play as everyone's favorite tire iron wielding plushie. There's The Awesome Adventures of Polly, Polly's Awesome Fart Gun Adventure, a smash hit with 8-year-olds everywhere, Doof Kick, the one true one-button fighting game, and Polly Clicker, a parody RPG where Polly fights her way through 100 waves of copyright-infringing foes. So give them a look, or else. Next up is Super Zalixer, a shoot-'em-up where you control 2 ships at once. Controlling both at the same time can be tricky, but the game is designed around making it manageable and only just a little bit brain-busting. In the game, you'll blast your way through 8 stages, each with their own unique boss, and literally thousands of enemies. This is one of my favorite games, and it's only like 20 minutes long, so give it a shot. Oh, and there's an escape sequence at the end. And finally, Hunters, Relic of Stars. A massive run-and-gun adventure inspired by Contra, Mega Man, and other 8 and 16-bit classics. It features 6 huge stages, each with unique enemies, locations, and bosses. There are some vehicle sequences to change things up once in a while, and of course, the obligatory shoot-'em-up sequence. It's got a fully voice-acted storyline with some now professional cast members. Oh, and did I mention bosses? There's a lot of bosses. Like, a lot of bosses. And there's an escape sequence, let's go! This was my passion project that took a bit over 3 years to finish, so I hope you'll check it out. That's all from me, bye!
And with that, we have arrived at the conclusion of tonight's presentation. I want to first start by giving a very, very, very special thanks to all of our presenters who were so gracious to lend us a bit of their free time to create a video package for this showcase. This show would have been a much harder endeavor to put together, if not impossible, without your help. I'm not some great, fantastic video editor or anything, so I hope that I presented your work in a manner suiting of how you would want it presented. I, of course, also want to thank everyone that could make it here tonight. And also, just a huge thank you to all the people who were incredibly vocal in their support of me putting this event together in the first place. That support made a huge project like this that could have felt tedious and difficult to put together a hell of a lot easier to handle. So all of the support has been greatly, greatly appreciated. I guess that I'll close things out by saying that whatever we choose to create, be it games, music, streams, arts, whatever, I think that comes from an internal desire to not only fulfill our own creative ambitions, but also to connect with people through our work, personally or emotionally. And if you haven't had the chance to express your creative voice yet, or you're still trying to find it, I really hope that something in tonight's presentation helped you find a path forward, or at least lit that spark of inspiration. That vision in your head, that can be a reality. Apps and software that facilitate making things are so much more readily available now than ever, and we have a hugely supportive community here at SMPS willing to help anyone out that's looking for a push. I hope you all have a nice rest of your whatever, and thank you so much for tuning in to the Socks Make People Sexy Community Creatives Showcase.